Welcome to Beyond Wealth, Success Unscripted with Matt Kalnan. Discover the personal drive, professional journeys, and business strategies that have made a real impact. It's success from the inside out.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we're chatting with Hasmik Asmaryan. Hasmik is the Director of Business, Employment, and Training Services at the Calgary Catholic Immigration Society. She's a dedicated advocate for newcomers in the Canadian labor market and a passionate leader in sustainable development and inclusivity. So first of all, welcome to the show, Hasmik. And do you want to start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you're working on?
Sure. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for inviting me to join your podcast. So about me, as you mentioned, you said it all. What to add, right? I work for Calgary Catholic Immigration Society and directing business, employment, and training services. I work for this wonderful organization for 11 years now, and I started here as a student, then volunteer, and the same year I got a chance to join the team as an employee. So these 11 years, I was working with newcomers and helping them managing their career transition and helping them to become full contributing members of Canadian society. Despite the fact that I work in social work, my educational background is geoscience. And I'm mentioning this because it's important to highlight the interdisciplinarity of our work and how important it is to have different professions with different backgrounds to contribute to this great work that we do. So someone with geoscience, environmental science, and sustainability background is happily and successfully lost in social work, and I'm enjoying every bit of my experience helping new Canadians to succeed in their new home. So perhaps I will stop here and eager to get next questions.
Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit more about who you're working with. So is this, are you assisting, say, employers bringing employees over? Are you assisting people once they've come to Canada, or is it once they're a PR? What does that look like? Who are you working with?
Yeah, before talking about who I work, I want to give a brief overview about organization, right? Calgary Catholic Immigration Society, we are the largest newcomer serving agency, providing settlement and integration services to newcomers in Southern Alberta. So we have close to 43 years of operational history. We are a huge team of 500 dedicated, committed people who are on mission to help newcomers to settle, integrate, and succeed. So we have a couple of thousands of volunteers, and we offer altogether 95 plus programs. And what is important to mention, altogether we speak 70 plus different languages. So it's the most interdisciplinary, multicultural team that I'm happy to be part of. Now, narrowing down as an organization, we provide services through 5 big divisions, started with resettlement integration, community development integration, family children services, rural Alberta immigration services, and last but not least, business, employment, and training services that I have privilege of directing. So together with my team, we are close to 150 people. We design, develop, and deliver programs that meet complex needs of newcomers and ever-evolving need of local labor market. So who I work with, great professionals who are here on mission to help newcomers to succeed. We offer a wide variety of different programs, started with individual one-on-one employment counseling, group-based employability skills training, various training bridging programs, youth programs specifically designed for young people who are new to Canada. We provide language training and so on. I can talk and talk and talk, and it will never end. But all these programs are there to help newcomers to successfully integrate. At the same time, we actively work with community, we work with employers to raise awareness about the value that newcomers bring to our community, right? And this is endless work, much needed work, timely work to help newcomers who choose this wonderful country as their home to ease their transition, to ease their way of integration, and so that they become full contributing members of Canadian society.
Awesome.
That's what we do.
Yeah, no, that was a really good overview. So thank you for that. Are you typically working with skilled labor, unskilled labor, or a mix of everything in between?
A mix of everything. Our clients are refugees, immigrants, various immigration categories, family class, economic class, and more, right? We have temporary foreign workers. We have some programs that are open for Canadian citizens as well. So various age, there is no age limitation, right? Various educational background. And all the programs are designed to target and include all various educational backgrounds, language proficiency, and so on, right, to help them. Because again, there is no one perfect recipe. We need to consider diversity and provide equitable services for them to succeed.
Yeah. And you said 70 different languages within the organization. How many languages do you speak?
Oh, I just speak 3, Armenian. I was born in former Soviet Union, so my second language is Russian. I used to speak, I mean, in the past, now I'm slowly losing the language. As I studied in the Netherlands, I had Dutch and I used to do my internship also in Germany. So I used to speak German too, but now I'm losing that, right? And English, of course.
Yeah. Some Dutch and some Deutsch, right? Well, I guess, where are you from originally then? Like you said, the former Soviet Union, and what brought you over to Canada?
Sure. Thank you for that question. I was born in Yerevan city in Armenia, which is a small country, used to be part of former Soviet Union. Then after reconstruction, the Soviet Union collapsed. We got our independence 1990 early. And since then, we are considered Eastern Europe, but it's just in between Europe and Asia. Quite cute and nice country that I'm proud to have roots from, right? So I was born there. I got my education in Armenia, my first degree, university degree in geology, geoscience, and master's degree. I used to work in National Academy of Sciences as a geoscientist. And then how it all started, right? I traveled a lot as a researcher, different European countries. I used to live in Sweden, in Poland, in the Netherlands, Germany, all around Europe, following my passion in geoscience. And then I made a decision that as a geoscience professional, the best place to be is Alberta, Canada. And I did some research and decided to apply for immigration back then, 2013, all started 2011, actually. I was looking at federal government skilled worker program and I realized that my profession is in demand. So I decided to apply as the main applicant. I applied and I was surprised to be successful. The same year I applied to study my second master program in the Netherlands, and I was lucky enough to get approval from both. I got a scholarship from Dutch government to do my master's degree in environmental sciences in the Netherlands in Wageningen University, and at the same time I got approval also from Canadian government that I'm eligible, and they welcomed me to come and pick up my documents. So first I chose to go to the Netherlands. Right after finishing my study, 2013, I came to Canada. And I want to mention this. that warm welcome that I got in Canada helped me to decide to stay in Canada and call this wonderful country home. As soon as I passed passport control, I was told, welcome to Canada, make it better. And it helped me really to decide that, yes, I took it quite serious and I'm on mission to contribute, to bring my best, really, to help to make this country even better. It's already a wonderful country, wonderful people. So proud to be Canadian citizen now, many years, and every single day I take that first welcome quite serious, that I'm here to make this country even better.
Wow, that's quite the story. Thanks for sharing that. So you have your Canadian citizenship. When did you get that?
Good question. If I'm not mistaken, it was 2017. Yes.
Okay. So you got it fairly early on after coming to the country. Yeah, that's great.
And I came already as a permanent resident, right? Then
yes.
After 3 years, we started a citizenship process, and yes.
No, that's great. The individuals that you're working with, first of all, I guess, how many individuals is your organization typically working with on an ongoing basis?
Oh, the number is huge. Only Bets division. I just finalized our annual report and submitted the numbers. Only within business employment and training services, we served close to 20,000 newcomers. I mean, various services, right? So again, numbers are huge. I'm not talking about the entire organization. I'm talking about the services that we provided through our business employment and training services, right? Overall, it's a big number, and the work that we do is extremely important because as I mentioned, I traveled a lot. I studied in various European countries. When you are new in a certain country, you feel that everybody is fish in the water and you are the only stranger there, right? It's extremely important to have welcoming community and right information to help them to succeed. First of all, settle, integrate, find rewarding employment, and start feeling that you are part of this wonderful country.
Yeah. And with the people that you're helping serve and helping to educate, obviously there's going to be a lot of different geographical areas that are covered in there. Do you see kind of ebbs and flows? Like, for example, with what's going on in Ukraine, I would assume that we had an influx of Ukrainians that would be looking for that support. And so do you see, based on what's going on in the world, kind of different bulges of it?
As I mentioned, we serve various immigration categories. It's totally different thing when you are working with skilled immigrants. I'm telling you it's different because I applied to come as skilled immigrant. I made informed decision and I was ready for that. It's unfortunate when people are forced out from their countries, right? And refugee population that we serve, totally different demographic with different needs, and our sensitivity level and our approach should be totally different, right? They come with so much trauma, and unfortunately, it seems we don't learn the lessons from the history, right? War continues and people are forced out for peace, for better life. And yes, unfortunate war that is continuously going on, and I hope it will magically stop one day very soon. We welcomed Ukrainian evacuees, quite a large number, and we offer customized programs for them to settle, integrate, and the challenges are different. As I mentioned, when skilled immigrants come, they prepare their documentation. I translated all my diplomas. I was ready to talk about my experience. I did that research, and I knew that it's going to be hard, but it's going to work right? I was ready for all the challenges.
Yeah.
When refugees come, they don't have that preparedness. They don't have their documents ready. Unfortunately, I'm looking at past years when we welcome Syrian refugees, when we welcome Afghan refugees. People are escaping the war and they come, and unfortunately, they have great education, they have great experience, but no proof for that. It makes twice more challenging for them to go, especially when they are representatives of regulated professions. It makes it twice harder for them to go through licensing process to prove their future employers that they are people and with that particular experience, right? So we need to unify the efforts and try twice and triple more efforts, put efforts to help these people, right? And it should be joint effort. It should be joint effort from government, from agencies like us, from regulatory bodies, from educational institutions. All together, we need to unify our efforts to help these people to integrate. And looking 11 years, looking back all these years working with skilled immigrants, my particular experience, I'm not talking about team efforts, right? Because we offer various programs, but my experience before accepting this new role as director of PETS division, I was mainly working with skilled immigrants, professionals, right? Through youth program, through transition to employment services program, working with displaced oil and gas professionals. People come with wonderful skill set, international experience in many cases, right? And it's pity that they face the challenge. That the challenge is serious because all our newcomers are coming from developing countries. They don't have enough savings to take luxury of time to shop around, to go to this service, to that service. They need job right away. Yeah. Any job that will start paying their bills, right? And so they are getting lost in the jobs that are accepting their skills the first. And usually it's warehousing, retail, etc. Very important sectors. However, we are losing the talent to these sectors while they can do so much more, right?
Yeah.
Many of them, especially when their families become dependent from the income they start earning, it's dead end for them. It's extremely hard to do any switch, right? It starts ongoing process that they can get their way out of it. That's why agencies like us, programs that we develop, we really target that particular population demographic to be able to help them to stand on their feet and know that help is available, programs are available, whether they are offered during the day or evening after their transitional job. They can commit, they can brush up their skills, get local some certificates, diplomas, or finish the group-based employability skills training that we offer and get their meaningful employment.
Yeah. I mean, it's I've heard stories where you have, doctors or accountants or whatnot coming over and they're not working as a doctor and accountant. And I have heard as well, there's some certification issues where maybe you have to be differently certified or upgrade or something like that. But I didn't know that some of it could have been caused by just not having those documents. And as you were saying that, something popped in my head about how is there not a company out there that's doing something with blockchain where you're utilizing, say, universities and colleges, accredited institutions to say, hey, we're going to upload all of this information to a blockchain. And for those that don't know blockchain, if I try to explain it, I will get hammered in the comments for how inaccurate I am. So I'm not going to try to explain the blockchain to anybody, but you can Google it if you don't know. But even governing bodies, so I'm an accountant by trade, part of CPA Canada. CPAs are kind of recognized worldwide, and there's all those different international organizations kind of come together to a degree. So why isn't that organization or those types of organizations getting together and doing some kind of blockchain where you don't need that physical piece of paper anymore? Everybody knows that I'm a CPA because it's in that blockchain ecosystem.
Yes. There is lots of work to be done, and there are tremendous efforts. I would lie if I tell no, nobody pays attention. No, there is tremendous effort coming
Yeah.
from government funding available for organizations like us to come up with right programs, timely programs to help newcomers to succeed, targeting various backgrounds. For example, look at our business employment and training services, and I know many newcomer saving agencies and non-for-profit organizations have programs, maybe not exactly the same, but slightly different, targeting various educational backgrounds. But only within our business employment training services, we offer 30 plus various customized programs, right? We work with 5 different ministries of Alberta government. Our major funding comes from federal government. We work with all different funders to offer programs such as, if I start mentioning, right, we have customized programs for STEM professionals, for those who are targeting careers in sustainability. We have IT bridging program targeting information communication technology professionals, helping their successful transition. We have pre-apprenticeship program, building maintenance workers, carpentry, plumbing, electrician, so many different programs, right? And these programs are absolutely great for people, like I was mentioning, and challenges, targeting these challenges, because see this with limited targeted funding within a certain time period, we help them to upgrade their skills, to get whatever it takes, and we connect them with the right employers to get placement, direct employment. And this type of programs should be more, right? For example, as an organization, we might not have customized programs for healthcare professionals or finance professionals or more, right? But we know what the agencies exactly offer, and this cross-program, cross-organizational collaboration is extremely important to be able to provide the services that clients need.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for that. You may have already answered this question to a degree, or maybe I can guess what the answer to it is already going to be. But what's your passion for this? Like, what's driving you to do what you're doing?
It's a great question, because I keep asking me that myself, as someone who has so much passion for natural sciences, geoscience. As I mentioned, I have degrees in geology, geophysics, and environmental science. And recently, during COVID, I went back to University of Calgary and finished another study in sustainable energy development. While I was studying, all these years, I was full-time studying and full-time doing my work at CCIS. It tied me even stronger with Calgary Catholic Immigration Society.
Yeah.
And what's my passion? What motivates me? Being part of someone else's success, contributing to someone else's success, and helping people to succeed. It's seeing the immediate result of your efforts, right? Or whatever program that time you contribute to develop all these programs. That motivates me. That's the most rewarding job that you can ever have.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. What are some of the biggest challenges that newcomers to the Canadian job market are facing?
There are a variety of different challenges. It depends. From case to case, it's different. Trying to summarize overall the challenges. Being new to the country with limited social capital and limited financial capital.
Yeah.
These are 2 major barriers that prevents immigrants to go through and to start contributing for what they came, I'm now talking about skilled immigrants. When we are talking about refugee population and more, challenges are more and more complex and heavy, right? But let's talk about skilled immigrants' challenges: lack of financial, social capital, that accepting the first job that comes to their way, or the first employer that accepts their skills and accept them, take them in, and that employment might not necessarily be the final destination for them, and losing the talent to these sectors while they can do so much more, right? Talking about refugee population challenges, again, lack of financial, social capital, but on top of that, language proficiency, right? And numbers are so high right now that we have huge wait lists for language assessment, for language training, for all possible services for them. Housing issue, right? but I don't want to make this conversation heavy and focus on challenges. Opportunities are also there, as I mentioned. Government organizations like us are working day and night to meet all these needs, and being able to come up with innovative and comprehensive programs and services to help people to be successful. Despite all these challenges, I want to mention one important thing. Newcomer population overall, they are super positive. They are so happy to be in Canada, right? And many times I see engineering professionals, law professionals, or I don't know, human resources, business backgrounds. They get their first job, even if it pays them $15 per hour. They are so happy to have their first job in Canada, first full-time job. They are so thankful. And that's the key to success. And looking at their positivity, and it's contagious. You take that too, right? Of course, along the way, they get upset, they get frustrated, but it's our role to be next to them, hold their hand, and tell that positivity is the last thing to be lost. Keep going, and with gratefulness, with positive attitude, you will accomplish more than you can ever imagine.
Yeah. But no, it's amazing. My partner, her parents live up in Calgary. Her family's immigrants from the Philippines.
Yes.
They came over, or her parents came over, I believe, in 2003. She didn't come until 2017, but her parents and two of her sisters came in 2003. And I've heard the stories about when her mom first got a job, and she's not a doctor, an accountant, but she's a skilled individual,
Yes.
and she was working at fast food, but just loved the fact that she was in Canada and had that
Yes.
opportunities. So I definitely heard that personally as well.
I love these stories, and every story is unique, and the moment they realize that they need to just enjoy every experience is teaching them and helping them to develop unique skill set that nowhere else they could get, right? And the minute people start appreciating that and enjoying the process, they become extremely successful.
Yeah. I live in Lethbridge, so a couple hours south of where you are up in Calgary there, but I'm part of a business group down here, and probably about 20 to 25% of the members in that group, I mean, it's mostly business owners, entrepreneurs, 20 or 25% of the members in that group are looking for labor, and kind of constantly looking for labor. How do you guys work with an organization like that when it's, we need 4 to 6 roofers? They don't necessarily have to have the experience, but we can train them, but they have to have the work ethic and whatnot. How do you work with organizations like that to try to match up the labor that's incoming with those opportunities that are out there?
Yeah. Now I'm going to answer a bit broader and look at the bigger picture. And I'm happy you mentioned about Lethbridge, because there are some acute labor shortages, especially in rural communities, right? And smaller urban centers have unique challenges, but smaller communities have different challenges. And how, as an organization,
still 100,000. We're going to call ourselves urban. We'll call
No, I'm
ourselves
not
very
talking.
small urban.
I know, but I want to mention about the challenges that away from urban centers, employers are facing, right? The unique need of employers and local labor market, and the need also for newcomers to start going away from urban centers and finding their niche in smaller communities, right? As an organization, we operate in 26 different locations, including smaller towns and cities and rural areas. Especially, we recognize the need of meeting the labor need, and the hesitation of newcomers to move to smaller communities is because of the lack of support services, right? With settlement integration services. So we expand, we start offering these services. Now, how, back to your question, how do we work with employers, with local labor markets to make this happen, right? We have a big employment team, and we have corporate outreach liaison, and we have job developers whose work daily task is to reach out to employers, right? Based on the need of our newcomers. We have well-established connections with local labor market, and that's the key to success of our programs, because employers are part of program initiation, the design, development, and even the final stage. They are there to give us feedback, to help us evaluate the program lesson learned and how to make it better for the next time. So we have well-established connections, and we are continuously developing and creating new partnerships with employers through targeted hiring events or bigger hiring events. They are welcome to come join us. We do work with them. We pre-screen the candidates based on the job descriptions they share with us, and in comparison with recruitment agencies, these agencies do a great job, but at the same time, we are doing it absolutely free. I mean, saying free, we don't charge employers for that, right? Of course, we charge, government pays us. Without government funding, we can't do anything, but we work day and night hard to meet employers' need as well, to pre-screen the candidates who finished our group-based employability skills training, who went through individual employment counseling. They are job ready. They are realistic in terms of their expectation. They are familiar. I mean, maybe they never worked, but they went through workshops, training to be ready to meet the need of local employers, right? So this is continuous work, and there are more opportunities to improve. Of course, we are not perfect, but we are doing our best and continuously improving. Again, through hiring fairs, through guest speakers, they do group mentoring, they do presentations for different workshops, for different groups. Sometimes we form new groups based on employers' need, right? Based on certain demographic or skill set that they are looking for. We invite employers to come and talk about their need, their expectations, what are the skills that particular job or sector needs. So it's ongoing work. It's ongoing collaboration.
That's great. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate the answer to that one. If somebody wanted to learn more about what you guys are doing, or if they wanted to get in contact with you, where would they go for that?
Well, first, check our website. It's ccisab.ca, and we have newly developed, updated website that we are very excited about. So you are welcome to check our website. We have a great marketing and communication team, and our presence through various social media platforms. So depending on the skills level of people who are looking, they can check, or their preference, what social media platform they choose to check. We have our strong presence through LinkedIn, through Facebook, Instagram, and many more. So it's easy to find us. Our address, main business center, is at 1111 11th Avenue Southwest. And as I mentioned, we operate in 26 different locations. We have our office also in Northwest location, Crowfoot Business Center. And again, just first try our website, and all the information you can find there.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time this morning here, and certainly enjoyed the conversation, and wish you the best of luck in the future.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, Matt. I enjoyed our conversation a lot. I wish you all the best to your podcast. You are doing a great job. I admire the work that you do, and you enjoy your work too. So it's very important to have passion for what you do. And all the best to your podcast.
Thanks, Hasmik.
You've been listening to Beyond Wealth, Success Unscripted with Matt Calnan. Want to be our next guest? Visit beyondwealthpodcast.ca/guest. See you on the next episode.